We're doing the 2023 major events that happened during the year. We're just going to kind of get into it and talk about what happened in culture and locally.
This 2023 end of the year recap.
Yes.
Let's get it done.
Yeah.
And everything that we touch on is what was major in 2023. We're gonna start in the middle of the year of 2023, May 11, 2023. COVID was declared over. The end of the public health emergency.
Man, and I think COVID. Because we're talking about 2020 always, and now it's just now in 23 declared over, right? And think about a lot of people who wasn't, they isolated us from everything. You couldn't go out, this and that. And some people who haven't gotten over that, they're still behaving as if it was then. So
yeah. If you was already the type of person that was already practice individualism anyway. And COVID just told you to stay isolated. It could be a tough road coming back up out of it for some people, and major depressions was happening all those years.
I agree, and so it's good that it's declared over. Maybe they can start trying to branch back out.
Yeah, the writer's strike is finally over, so we can get us some good, some good content again.
Yes, TV shows and movies, we need them.
So TV shows and movies been whacked for about a year or so. I got Elon Musk clear for human trials of Neuralink. You know, the joint that they put in your brain to make you smarter, faster, instant downloads. Yeah,
I'm still against it. You know, when it comes to the new technology stuff, I just think the mark of the beast is going to ease through there somewhere, and playing with people's brains, I don't care how fast, smarter, whatever it does, I'm not for it. But yeah, that passed this year. Let's be aware.
Let's definitely be aware. I was listening to one of the episodes of Rogan, and he said if your 8-year-old is in the class with the other 8-year-olds, and all the other 8-year-olds got a Neuralink, then your child is just going to be left behind massively. You know, instead of the 8-year-old being taught certain things, it can just download in cursive writing. Bing, I can write in cursive.
And see, that's why it's a major thing that happened, because they passed that this year. And I'm sorry, I'm with the parents who might not want their children with Neuralinks in their brain. So we're going to lift that up in the Lord.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be lifting Elon up because he know better than almost anybody about the dangers of AI. For no reason, it was the hottest year in recorded history. I have nothing to back that up with. Just a stat I found somewhere, guys. Tyree Nichols, Tennessee, a man slain by 5 black officers.
I think that event was major because it was because it was almost like black on black crime. The guy, they were black officers.
That's exactly what it was.
And the guy didn't do anything wrong. You wasn't with your baby mama. That was a control issue. Because
I think he was sleeping with one of the patrol officers.
Right.
Police officers' girlfriend.
Baby mom. That wasn't even his girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
It was that officer has a power control issue, in my opinion, and he got his partners along, and they took an innocent life, and that's wrong. We definitely want to lift that family up because that was a good major loss, and it's a sad situation for all those officers because they're already prosecuted in jail, serving time now, right? So yeah.
Yeah. Another non-stat. Don't take it seriously. 632 mass shootings this year in the nation. Russia versus Ukraine popped off this year. Putin said it was a war game when it first started. He said it was a war game.
I think he's standing on business.
Yeah, Putin's standing on business. He don't. The numbers say that Ukraine doing pretty good, but just Russia got so many more soldiers and so much more resources that they cool with a 5-year war. They cool with it. And that's actually their civil war. It's not Russia versus Ukraine, really. It's the same continent. if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. If I'm not mistaken, Ukraine used to be a part of Russia as well. Yeah, so Putin just won it back. It was a 5.6 magnitude earthquake in Afghanistan this year. And the only reason I brought it up is because I just thought that was a diverse place. I don't know. Is earthquakes normal in Afghanistan? Maybe it is. I don't know.
Man, when I hear about earthquakes and the wildfires and all that stuff that's been happening this year, I just think it's all biblical.
It's been wild. Israel versus Hamas popped off.
Another one.
It didn't start with the festival, but I became aware of it when they showed the clips from the festival they was having out in the middle of the desert. A bunch of rich kids looking good. Everything was popping off, and they came through, started kidnapping women, men, killing people at the festival, which was just a outside party.
Man, I think...
Did you see that footage?
I was going to say, I think the sight of seeing it is kind of heartbreaking because it's just sad. That whole situation is sad, and again, another one biblical. To me,
everybody's running for president this year. I got Trump is the first president in U.S. history to face indictment, and everybody remembers the mugshot.
Yeah, and to be arrested.
Yeah,
that was some history there.
Yeah, former president. My bad. The abortion pill is still on the market. The Supreme Court ruled.
Not mad at that.
Not mad at that at all. Got a new king of England. The queen died. Yeah. I would have liked to see somebody young in those kingly.
In those years, yeah.
Kingly robes and gear. I would have liked to see somebody young. What you got?
Let's talk about, they exposed that there's UFO. That government in 2023 admitted that there are aliens or UFO among us. That was a pretty major event. I think we need to definitely keep our eyes and ears open to that. What about the...
the UFOs was a weird thing this year. It's just that the general public kind of been aware of it for such a long time at this point that it make you think, were all the conspiracy theorists, have they all been right about everything? They was right about aliens?
It makes you wonder if the theories are real.
Shucks.
So, and these are major events to keep your mind open to as we go into 2024 because, come on now.
2024, I'm looking for the reptile people to come out.
Let's not forget, is his name Geoffrey Hinton? The godfather of AI resigned from Google amidst growing concerns over AI. Me personally, I'm not a fan of the AI. I'm not a fan of how technology is taking its turn and going, and I think we need to be mindful and careful with it. But it says a lot when the person resigns because they're concerned about AI and they're the godfather of it. That's just my opinion.
I'm cool with AI helping you to get through your workload much faster. That's a blessing. It's a blessing.
It is.
It's a blessing. If you can move through your your workload faster, but AI is gonna be. We'll be looking for AI here in the future. We'll be looking for it.
Let's not forget about the submarine this year. They went to, I think, explore something with the Titanic, and then they went disappearing or exploded or something like that. That was a sad major case.
Yeah, the big thing about that was that they paid a major bag
to go see the Titanic under the sea, and sadly their lives.
I think the submarine was built by the guy that was taking them down. Yeah, that was. I can't remember correctly.
That was a sad situation.
Yeah, that was wild. The Montgomery Brawl happened.
Here in the South, knowing our history, the things that we're taught, I was actually proud. It was the, they played footage of it shows the black man swinging on the white guy, but really he was the one being attacked by people who thought that they was above the rules or law, or I think they owned something. And when he threw that hat up, and how black people reacted, like what's going on, and came to his rescue, the guy swimming, I'm not mad at that. I actually am proud of that major moment in 2023.
The hat was very similar to the bat signal. Yeah, it seemed like, I think that young man bust out to swim as soon as the hat went up.
Like the hat went up, everybody stopped. Like, wait a minute, and was I liked it.
I liked it there too. Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years.
I think that was a strain. I mean, I'm a Megan Thee Stallion fan, but I'm sorry, I do think that was 10 years is a little extreme. So that was kind of major to me. That's a little extreme.
Somebody got immunity through that whole thing too. That was crazy. On a lighter note, Usher had finished his successful Vegas residency after a couple of years, if I'm not mistaken. So he did a wonderful job.
And go Usher. I think he did awesome.
And I think that's set into place the fact that it can be done by modern artists. You know what I'm saying? Without a whole lot of clowning. I didn't hear much. All I know is Usher ran Vegas during this time.
Right.
Yeah, and I
hate
think
we missed it.
Yeah, I hate we missed it. And I think he got rewarded with Super Bowl halftime show.
And I'm looking forward to the Super Bowl. Let's not forget Carly. We got to go back to Alabama. Carly, if y'all not familiar with the story, she kidnapped herself.
Self-kidnapping.
Here in Alabama. I still don't understand the toddler part. That she called the police, said there was a toddler down the road, and all of a sudden her car was on the side of the road. And basically, long story short, they found her guilty. She, I think, got some type of probation for kidnapping herself. That was a wild story, not only major.
Yeah, that was wild. Especially the part where they fed her crackers or something.
Cheese crackers, and then they didn't hand tie. It was just, if you haven't heard about that story, check that out. 2023, that was wild.
Yeah, that was crazy. PNB Rock murder suspects got arrested. You know, the light skinned rapper boy that got killed at the chicken spot in California.
Yeah, that's another sad
I don't know
situation.
what he was doing at the chicken spot in California. That sounds crazy if you get in a bag. And I think he had on all his jewelry too.
And I think once you get to a certain level, you have to be mindful of the places you go and the people you're around. I'm sorry. But,
and if you're not going to have security there, don't put on your crazy jewelry either.
Be smart, move wisely.
Yeah, because people in poverty looking at you like you know what I'm saying, like you taking a dump on them. I'm here to tell you.
And people out here hungry.
And you look like food. And we gotta eat. Okay, they saying Juvenile had the best hip hop Tiny Desk, but
I'm gonna have to agree.
Okay, but I didn't get to watch Scarface's yet. And they saying Scarface done an amazing job on the Tiny Desk. So we're going to give it to Juvenile right now for the 2023 hip-hop.
I ain't mad at Scarface having a successful one, but when it comes to Juvie and the hip-hop and bringing back and letting you know why we are who we are and why we got to where we are, I'm hands down Juvenile. Him and Manny did that.
It was a wonderful set. It was a wonderful set. They had the whole crowd dancing with them. It's just I have not had time to sit down and watch the Scarface. Yeah. Now I'm gonna give Face some time. Pause. 3000 Flute album came out and is now receiving rave reviews. No bars, all flute.
Man, and the numbers that it's doing. I think talent, gift. It speaks for itself. You don't have to compromise who you are to get your gift out there and be recognized.
I agree. The major event 2023 in our hometown, Decatur, Alabama, was definitely the unjustified slaying ambush of Steve Perkins. And so we got to bring some light to that too. You know, that's definitely a big event that happened in 2023. It's still not national, guys. So we got to talk about it.
And speaking on death of 2023 locally, some major deaths that caught my attention or that affected me, I definitely want to just going into the new year, New Year's Day last year, a local mom, nickname, not going to call her real name, but her nickname was Lil Boo, lost her daughter. You know what I'm saying? So we want to lift her up in prayer, let her know she hasn't been forgotten. I can only imagine what that feels going into her anniversary of losing your child on New Year's. Another major event is I lost my brother, Quentin Hicks, known as QC. When you approach death, just kind of going into the new year, if you're a person who lost anyone, we're talking about any deaths, the icon Tina Turner, we lost her. Any death, you want to lean on God. And I'm telling you from experience, because I did lose my brother. It was unexpected. It was hard because everything I wish I would have said, I couldn't say. It's over with. Time has gone by. Now I'm dealing with it, and again, it's hard, but lean on God. I can't tell you enough where the strength comes from, because what I do know, even in my tears, even when I don't understand, he was my strength and he is my strength, and I trust him in all that he do, and he makes no mistakes. So lean on God, but to kind of piggyback to the major event going into 24 of the death, Stephen Perkins, September 29th, we lost this man at his home, in his yard, gunned down by policemen. We need y'all to help us make this national while we're going into 2024. No justice has been given. They're still trying to cover it up, keep it from going national. What's the investigation?
The Alabama law enforcement agency came to a conclusion of, and that was not favorable for the family and or Steve Perkins, period. And at this point, I believe we're just all banking on the DA to do the right thing.
And because it is the South, and again, they're trying to justify this death. Yes, they're saying he had a gun, he came outside. But remind you, if you do the research, if you're not familiar with this story, please go and look it up. Help us make it come national. If you're not familiar with the story, he came outside, not knowing the police was there. They surrounded his house, not giving him any warning or time to comply to put his gun down. He came out to thinking it's a tow truck. This man lost his life because they're trying to tow his truck, and he said, "Hey, put my truck down." He had a gun in his hand, and then they come around and say police and just gunned him down like 16 shots. Sad situation. We definitely want to take that into 2024 with us, and
That's
those are
fact.
major.
Yeah, that was very major. Moving on towards celebrity deaths, like you mentioned earlier, Tina unfortunately died 2023. Richard Roundtree, Shaft. Mm-hmm. One of the first fly people that I thought was fly. You know, when I was little, I seen him on TV and I thought he was fly. Jim Brown, Fly, died. Awesome activist, civil rights leader. I mean, one of the top. You know, I think he only played a few years and then he quit and kind of, you know what I'm saying, just didn't want to deal with the system no more. So, awesome guy. And so we definitely want to give a shout out to all the families and everybody. Definitely shout out Lil Boo. Shout out Cottrell and the family of Steve Perkins, his brother, the wife, everybody.
His mother.
Just pushing. Yeah. We said you said that you seen his mother not too long ago.
Yeah, she's a member at my great uncle's church. So we want to lift that whole family up, because that's still. Yes, I lost my brother, but I can only imagine as a mother losing a child like that to law enforcement who's supposed to be for us.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, we want to lift everyone up in prayer.
Did we? Do you feel like we missed anything?
I don't think we missed anything when it comes to major events, local, what we thought was major during the year.
National.
Just kind of make it lighten the mood. Cardi B and Offset broke up 2023. I want them going into 2024 making up, mending their marriage, and I hope that works out for them.
I just didn't understand what she meant by I'm single. I've been single for a while. That would indicate that I'm divorced and we've been divorced for a while. And to be divorced, I mean both parties was cool with it and signed papers. And so I didn't get that, because you know I'm married,
right?
And so I'm kind of understanding marriage a little different. So if she's single, are you guys married or are you not? If you married or you divorced, it's one of the two. And you know what? It got real ugly, especially when she started crying like that. But I think we did
and
cover
yelling
it.
at. Yeah, we did. If you look at a previous podcast, but that is kind of, to me, is kind of major because they're married. They're icons. We love them, and I just want them to make it work. So going forward, I think she kind of snapped on the fans because somebody said they back together. She didn't, want to be
And I don't want her to
associated.
lose her fans.
Right. So
Because fans are tender.
So we want to lift her up. We wanted her to keep going. I don't think you may have. I don't remember. The Major, what's his name? Jonathan Majors. Listen.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we touched that the other week, I think.
Well, I just want to say that kind of going, and y'all be mindful of who you deal with. Like when you get to a certain level, know that the enemy is trying to attack you and bring you down. The fact that this man was running for his life and still found guilty, like they had evidence showing that. I mean, he couldn't be too much of an aggressive attacker. So that was kind of major to me. And
I think that was major. And the reason I think that was major is because he was going to be viewed on TV by a whole new generation of kids as the biggest man in Marvel or what I can't remember what DC.
It was one of those. It might have been DC. But they took his career all for like be mindful going into 2020 years. Set a new mindset. When you get to certain levels of prosperity, progressing in life. Be mindful of the surroundings, the people you deal with, who's connected to you. Because, I mean, I'm just taking the mindset like it's a blessing to be able to have access to me. So, not everybody going to have access.
It is, and especially people in high places, especially
celebrities.
And black celebrities as well. Another thing, Taraji just got upset the other day. 2023, I think is big news simply because I'm gonna tell you why I think it's big news. Because y'all didn't ride with Monique. If y'all didn't ride with Monique when she was upset about her bag, so not all each individual black woman gonna get upset about their bag. And I didn't know it was such a disparity. Like a difference between the bag, and I understand Benjamin Button. Brad Pitt's supposed to get a bag.
She did a lot of.
Brad Pitt's supposed to get a bag, okay? But I mean, she should have at least got the $500,000 that she asked for, And some of the numbers that she was throwing out that I heard she was upset about through the grapevine was just.
And I think that's major because we're going into 2024. So you want to keep that. We want to take some of this stuff that we went over today. We want to take with us. I'm sorry, Monique. I don't know why people didn't ride, but going forward, we do want our black actors and actresses.
Actresses.
We want those, especially the female actresses, to receive what they deserve. Because I mean. We kind of do make the world go round. So we want to take that into 2024 with us. We want to take Steve Perkins with us.
Well, as far as that goes right there, the further, not the latter, you're only worth what you can negotiate. So if you start at 500 bands and they bust you down to 150, you sign. You agreed. You're only worth what you can negotiate. Go ahead and shoot for the stars or start at bigger numbers. And if your team got you accepting 150 bands when you basically making the move, helping this guy make the movie, fire your team. Are you crazy? 150,000? I know some regular people that make that at work.
I say shoot past the stars. That way, if you miss, you'll still land among them.
Man, that was hard. Pause. I think that's all I got for right now. Yeah, that's all I got. 2023 recap.
2023 recap, and that's major. Happy New Year's. 2024. You'll see more of us.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's.